Hello everyone. I hope you can hear me okay. My name is Natalia Volchugova and I work in the admissions team at Duke's Education. It is really exciting to be live on Facebook. I have to say apologies, it's my first time doing that. And I'm also going to be in touch with our partners who will be sharing your questions with me. So we're going to start in another couple of minutes. If you just hold on there, we'll be ready to start very soon. I also want to let you know that I'm a Russian speaker. For the point of practice, and because we are talking about British education, I will speak in English. But in the end, I'm going to be very happy to answer your questions in Russian as well. Right, so I have a green light to start, and it's a pleasure to have you here all switched on and listening to Duke's presentation. A couple of words about Duke's Education. We are an education company based in the UK, and we have several schools. The school that I'm going to talk about first is our most famous school called Cardiff Sixth Form College, and we are very well known in the UK and also abroad for preparing students for top universities. Hopefully in the audience we have some students who are still considering UK as their key destination, and if you are thinking of studying in the US or in other countries, then maybe you could have your questions ready for me at the end of the presentation. So let's start. Cardiff Sixth Form College is welcoming students from everywhere in the world. We are famous for our preparation for Oxford and Cambridge universities, as well as London School of Economics, top 5, top 10 UK universities. We have been offering the program called A-Level for the last 9 years, and we have been on top of the league tables for this time. So let's just see a bit closer. We are located 2 hours from London in the city called Cardiff, which is the capital of Wales. And we have a Cardiff airport, which is nearby, but there is also Bristol airport where many international flights go to. And it's also possible to get here from Heathrow Airport, which is around 2.5 hours drive. Cardiff is a beautiful city as a real capital. It has all of the shops and museums and restaurants, but it also has fantastic seaside. It's very famous for the beautiful beaches and beautiful seaside walks in Wales. But seaside is wonderful. However, the key aspect which makes us so special is the fact that we have absolutely fantastic results. In fact, there are various rankings in the UK and internationally that agree that Cardiff is #1 in terms of preparing students for Oxford and Cambridge. So you can see here for the last few years, we have been really strong with our A-level grades. For those of you who are not familiar with the A-level system, A-level is a program which is taken by students who are usually aged between 16 to 18. And it's a 2-year course which is the best and probably the most certain route for Oxford and Cambridge University. So technically, A* is a grade which is the highest. Then there is the A grade, then B, C, D, And you could see that Cardiff has been very strong with having our students getting all A's and all A stars. That's why we have been on top of various school rankings, and there are more than 400 different schools in the UK. We are #1 by the percentage of students who receive excellent grades. And of course, excellent grades is what universities like Oxford and Cambridge would like to see. So we are indeed very selective, which means that in order to join Cardiff Sixth Form College, your grades have to be strong already. And then based on your strong results, we will then work with you for 2 years, and then you could be one of our students who is then progressing to prestigious universities. So let's have a look. This is the final results that we received for the last year. And we have 18 students who managed to get a successful place at Cambridge University. We also have a student who went to Oxford. 21 students this year went to London School of Economics, which is also known as LSE, and also famous colleges like Imperial College or UCL. We have very strong numbers. If you think about the number of students who graduated from Cardiff Sixth Form, in total, it is 150. And that was 2018 graduating class. And out of 150 students, to have 18 kids to get into Cambridge University, it's absolutely incredible result. We're really proud of the students, and actually at this right moment, there are more than 80 students who are Cardiff Sixth Form College graduates who are currently studying at Cambridge University. So our connection to Cambridge universities is absolutely strong. We also have students getting to US universities. Although A-level is a traditional route to British universities, it is still possible to get to Ivy League universities. And I'm sure you heard of Ivy League before. This would be the most desired US universities. And our students went to Brown, to University of California, and also some really, really selective universities in Asia. The courses that our students progress to are absolutely varied. We have a lot of students who are studying medicine, and we are really strong with sciences. But we also have economics as our second most popular destination. In fact, the third one. Engineering is also super strong. And then pathways like law, pharmacy, dentistry. So anything to do with non-art related subjects, Cardiff Sixth Form College can really support with these careers. I'm going to, so after this thorough introduction, I'm going to go a bit quicker with my presentation and explain how we manage to continue being on top and how we manage to support our students. Usually the big question is, how do you get into Cambridge or Oxford? So we have some answers, and I'm absolutely delighted to share some of these answers with you. So of course, in terms of teaching, we have exceptional teachers who are supporting students with Oxbridge applications for years. Imagine every year they have around 20 students who go to Cambridge University. Of course, they know what to do. They know how to guide you. They know how to provide step-by-step explanation on what is required to be a successful Oxbridge candidate. And this is the work we do with students throughout 2 years. Like any ambitious plan, if you would like to get there, you would need to take one step at a time, and we are there to take these steps with you. So our teachers have a lot of experience. We provide a lot of one-to-one tuition, and also you would be one of the students who is enrolled to Cardiff Sixth Form College, and even enrolling to Cardiff Sixth Form College is already a first step towards success, as to get there you would need to have high English level, very strong results academically, and pass the entrance interview. In fact, I am also on the admissions team for Cardiff, meaning that perhaps if you decide to attempt to interview for Cardiff, your entry interview might be with myself. In terms of actually preparing for studying in the UK, if you feel that your English level is not there yet, there are ways to prepare, and our college also offers summer programs where we accept pretty much anyone who is within the age range of 14 years old, so as young as 14 up until the age of 17, where you could improve your English over summer. It's usually between 2 to 4 weeks in July, and I'm also managing the summer application process. So our partners will have contact details that you can get in touch, and if you feel that English level is where you would need to start first, then we are very, very happy to welcome you and support you with improving your English. So in terms of the programs, I mentioned briefly about A-level course. This is the program that usually is for those who are 16 to 17-year-olds. We also take younger students. The age for our course, which is called GCSE, is 15 years old. And we are very happy to consider applicants for both courses. The intake is now open for September 2019. We have a really good number of students from Kazakhstan starting with us this year. We have had students from Kyrgyzstan in the past, but I wouldn't necessarily think that we have someone studying with us this year. But Kyrgyz students are very, very welcome. So, of course, in terms of what else we do, there is lots of fun that our students can have. These are the opportunities that are not just hobbies, but you would need to select your career path in advance and then use your activities and hobbies to make your application stronger, to make your application stand out. So, for example, our students are offered international work experience, and you can see some photos of our students in India and Malaysia, where we offer a trip in summer. So usually after the first year of A-level program, we organize 2 trips, one to Malaysia and one to India, where students get an opportunity to join real famous companies for a quick work experience course, probably around 2 weeks. This would include hospitals, bank, law firms, and it's not just to tick a box that you've been to India or that you've been to Malaysia, but this is going to be really, really valuable for the application to the university. And as you can see, there is NASA sign on this slide. We work very closely with also aerospace companies, and our students take part in various competitions and actually travel abroad as well. And our extra activities that are offered at the college are all connected to future careers. So we have various debating clubs, Olympiads, work experience opportunity with British Airways, and in fact, whatever your career path is, it is really, really important to make a decision early before you join A-level program, so that every other decision that you make and every other hobby that you take could only enhance your chances of being successful. So basically, to answer the question, how do you get to a top university? One of the first answers is know what you want to study, and then you can work from there. If you know what you want to study, we can help you with choosing the right activities, and we can pretty much help you plan your 2 years of A-level program, where you can maximize your time, you can be effective with preparation, and we will guide you through this as well. There is also various musical opportunities. Our students perform, and they're strong at dancing, acting. It's possible to have this extra curriculum activity as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So we rent out the real theatre in Cardiff, and the audience includes international guests, parents, staff. It's a fantastic show. Music club. So of course, coming back to the career point, knowing what you want to do will then dictate the process of how you apply to a university. But if you were to break it down into several steps, then the system called UCAS, which is the only way to apply to British university. It's an online process, online application form, and we help with completing this form. This will require not only good grades, but also a personal statement, which we will help with writing. There will be certain tests, depending on which course you want to take, there may or may not be a test. And then certain universities like Oxford and Cambridge will also have an interview, which we can also prepare you for. Then we also have, as you can see, there is a little crown. Here, I'd like to draw back on the fact that Cardiff Sixth Form College belongs to a group of schools, which is called Duke's Education. And what we are really, really famous for, and the goal why we were established, is because we are experts in supporting students to Oxford and Cambridge. So in this stage, our Cardiff Sixth Form College students have access to Oxbridge graduates who actually studied at Oxford and studied at Cambridge, and are now supporting students with one-to-one tuition, help, advice, choosing your university, choosing the course, and getting to the university of your dream. So on one slide, this is basically 2 years on one slide. These are the steps that you would need to take in order to get from a dream to reality of being accepted to Oxford. Duke's Education has published several books on that. We actually also have a special book for getting to universities in the US, and I will share some links to online resources where it's possible to get some tips and advice, and also separately medical applications. Medicine is a very competitive field in the UK, but it's also one of the very desired. So we will be very happy to discuss this separately as well. So if you are interested in training for doctor, then we will be very, very happy to help. So I'm just checking on how we are doing for time. I really want to make sure to leave some time for questions. And I'm going to go slightly quicker through the student life section, as you could take my word for it, studying and living in the UK is fun. So there's lots of opportunity for students to get support. Of course, each student who arrives to the UK and who comes to our college would perhaps have certain questions and would need support, opening the bank account, knowing how to find your way around. I call this practicalities. And although they seem to be insignificant to start with, when you get there, you really want to be comfortable. You really want for someone to guide you, to be able to help you. I have gone through this myself, as I have been an international student. So relying on the team who's actually there to help you is important. Knowing that you're not on your own and there's a special member of the team who can help you with either finding your way around or maybe arranging a doctor's appointment. We've got it all covered. So obviously, I mentioned before, Cardiff is the capital of Wales, and like in every capital city, you would get all of the infrastructure that you would need. We are at the very center of the city, very close to the train station, so our students take weekend trips to London. It only takes 2 hours and 20 minutes to get to the central station, London Paddington, and it's only 10 minutes walk from the central station. The accommodation that we have for our students is all single rooms. So every student who's studying at Cardiff has their own room. They look very beautiful. The beds are super comfortable. We have pretty fair size kitchens, but all of the food is offered at the school canteen and is included in the school fees. So all of the aspects of managing your life are actually taken care of by the college. You wouldn't need to go shopping and cook. The facilities are truly outstanding. Everything is new and bright. We really look after our facilities. We have several chefs who are at our school canteen, and they take turns in offering various international foods, Japanese, Indian, European, vegetarian. You could see a few pictures on this slide for life in Cardiff. It's also a very historic city, but don't forget, it's only 10 minutes away from the seaside, and the seaside is truly, truly breathtaking. Now, here are some examples of the grades that our students achieve, and a couple of examples of where our students applied last year. We had a student from another school in England, St Edmund's College, who then decided to study with Cardiff, knowing that this will maximize her chances of getting to a really good university. And the offers that she got are Durham, Imperial, King's College London, and UCL. So normally you get 5 offers, and then you can make a decision on where you would like to progress to. A couple of other students, we in fact wanted to show you some profiles of our students from Russia and Russian-speaking countries and Kazakhstan. We do have around 10 to 12 Russian-speaking students every year, but we are still updating our latest information as the results have only come through in August. So very soon I will be able to share a few profiles which our partners hopefully would publish on Facebook, and then you will be able to see what our students from Russia and Kazakhstan aspired to and where they progressed. So coming back to the point about Cardiff, we are a college that is mostly support students with applying to Oxford and Cambridge and top universities. To summarize, the best age to apply is 16 or 17 for the A-level program. At the age of 15, it's possible to enroll for 1 year GCSE program that then prepares you for A-level course. However, Dukes as an organization has various options for many other students. For example, we have summer programs at Oxford University, where students who are aged between 15 to 17 can study various subjects, for example, philosophy or international relations or law, and you would be then a real university student for those 2 weeks. You would live in university residence, you would eat at the famous university hall, and it looks absolutely beautiful. You would take your classes at Oxford University, And for 2 weeks, this will be a specialized course that gives you an idea of what a career in certain field would be. It also involves various trips, or you can actually come for 2 weeks just to study English language at Oxford University. So the summer course provider is called Summer Boarding Courses. And again, I will make sure to share some links with our partners in Kyrgyzstan so that you would be able to access it if you're interested. The process of application for summer programs is absolutely straightforward. So you complete an application form, and then you pay the registration fee, and in a few months' time, we will be able to welcome you to the summer course. So apart from summer programs and apart from Oxford, as I mentioned earlier, there is a summer course in Cardiff, at Cardiff Sixth Form College, and we actually welcome students for summer courses as young as 8 years old. From 8 years old, there will be an opportunity to study in a different school in Oxford. And then if you are 15 to 17, then we'll arrange the summer course at Oxford University. We also have a few other schools. We do have Earlscliffe College, which also supports international students with entry to British universities and American universities too. The structure is very similar. We offer 1-year preparation program for those who are 15 years old, and a 2-year program for those who are 16 years old, who want to then proceed to a British university. How else do we help with application process? Well, for those students who are already enrolled to a course called A-level or a university foundation, we can also find a tutor. So for example, if it's politics, we can find a politics tutor who would either help with Skype classes, and the sessions will be arranged via Skype, or it's also possible to do this in person in London. Our main office is in London, in Piccadilly Circus area, so very central. This is where I am presenting to you from today. It's actually the first proper autumn day in London. We've had a fantastic summer, but now it's getting real London autumn weather. So Duke's Education has a lot of options for students from as young as old who want to come to England to study English language programs, to as old as 20 or 21 if you would like to get some additional help with your current university studies. What we don't offer is the actual university degree. We can do everything we can to support you with getting to a university, including Cambridge, Oxford and LSE, but we don't offer the university degree ourselves. So it's been a pleasure to talk about Cardiff Sixth Form College. I will very happily take your questions from now. You can type your questions and then they will be sent to me separately. I will be delighted to answer any questions about getting to top universities. And also, if you are interested in learning more about other schools that are part of Duke's Education, then in the next few weeks we can arrange a session to talk about Earlscliffe College or Rochester Independent College, which is also a school that is part of Duke's Education, or we can discuss summer programs separately. So please send your requests to our partners on the Facebook page, and I will be very happy to hear from you again. Just waiting for the first questions to be sent to me. So at this stage, I hope we can turn to Russian. Я, если еще вспомню, как говорить по-русски, иногда переключаться с языков довольно сложно. Первый вопрос, который я получила: какой минимальный возраст, чтобы поступить в Кардифф, и какой уровень языка должен быть? Минимальный возраст – это 15 лет. на подготовительную программу GCSE. Это одногодичная программа, после которой можно поступить на программу A-Level, двухгодичная программа. Уровень языка мы используем экзамен IELTS. Обязательно сдавать IELTS for academic purposes. Если мы говорим про программу One Year GCSE, то минимально мы просим IELTS 5.5. Если мы говорим про программу A-Level, это будет IELTS 6.5. One more question we have in English. As a Syrian who lives in Lebanon, how to get a visa to study there? In fact, it's a very good question about visas. Visa-wise, there is only one type of visa which is applicable to all students. It is called Tier 4 visa. Every student who studies at the college will need to apply for this visa. There are educational consultants similar to the ones that organized the live webinar today. So you could turn to Global Compass, for example, or you can even contact the colleagues straight from the Facebook page who help with visa process. Visa process is pretty complicated if you try to do it yourself. From the school point of view, once you fulfilled all of the entry criteria to the school, we issue a letter, which is a supporting letter for the visa, and then the education consultancy uses this letter to arrange the appointment with the embassy. So this letter is called the CAS letter, and in order to receive a CAS from a school, you would need to first be accepted to the college. The next question, I'm going to turn back to Russian. Говоря про специальности, сколько примерно длится подготовка и есть ли летние программы? Готовят ли по специальности, простите. Да, у нас есть отдельные программы. Например, для тех, кто хочет изучать бизнес, предметы, которые мы предлагаем на A-Level, связаны с бизнесом. Для тех, кто хочет изучать медицину, все предметы будут именно вспомогательные предметы для того, чтобы успешно поступить на медицину. Медицина – это очень популярная программа в целом в Кардифе, поэтому у нас есть даже отдельная летняя программа по медицине. Возраст студентов с 14 также до 18 лет. Если мы говорим про другие программы, то у нас есть летняя академическая программа, в которой можно попробовать разные предметы и понять, что больше интересует. Но если говорить в целом, готовим ли мы к определенной специальности, то да, эта подготовка как раз-таки происходит во время программы A-Level. И помимо предметов, которые уже специально помогают к поступлению в университет, мы также организуем дополнительные семинары, практику, которую я упомянула в Индии, например, или в Малайзии, или даже в любой другой стране, если есть такая возможность. И, конечно, это встречи с университетами, встречи с представителями университетов, которые к нам приезжают. Если мы в целом говорим про разные специальности, то, конечно, очень важно знать направление, на которое хочется поступать в университет, потому что даже на программе A-Level обычно выбираются только 4 предмета, которые студенты изучают в течение 2 лет. То есть получается, что за 2 года студенты становятся действительно экспертами в своем направлении и уже могут специализироваться в возрасте 16-17 лет. Я вижу, что мне пишут еще один вопрос. Так что, как можно подать на scholarship? В Cardiff Sixth Form College действительно есть стипендии, но это частичные стипендии. А когда я говорю частично, это значит, что они относятся только на стоимость обучения, но не на стоимость проживания. И эти стипендии, конечно, выдаются на академических показателях. У нас есть отдельные тесты, называются scholarship tests. Их можно написать в офисе агентства Global Compass. Нужно подать заявку специально на стипендию в Cardiff Sixth Form College, но эти тесты, они намного сложнее, чем обычные вступительные тесты в Cardiff. Поскольку Cardiff это очень селективный колледж, и к нам, которые и так блестящие по своим академическим результатам, то мы рекомендуем поступать на стипендию и подавать заявку только тем студентам, которые действительно уверены в своих силах. И по поводу максимальной стипендии обучение будет до 50% от стоимости обучения. То есть стипендия выдается в процентах, это может быть 20, 30, 40, максимум 50% от стоимости обучения. Мы на данный момент обновляем стоимость обучения на сайте, поэтому если вы зайдете на сайт Cardiff Sixth Form College, в ближайшие пару дней у нас уже должны быть опубликованы все суммы и вся стоимость, которая потребуется на обучение, а также на проживание. По поводу аппликационного процесса в целом, если думать, с чего начать, то моя рекомендация – это обратиться в агентство Global Compass и выразить свой интерес в поступлении в Cardiff. Тогда представители агентства будут общаться со мной по поводу аппликационной формы, документов из школы и необходимых следующих шагов. Я также попрошу наших партнеров опубликовать мои контактные детали, чтобы вы смогли со мной связаться. Но будет намного проще проводить этот процесс через образовательного агента, потому что в как раз-таки экспертизу образовательного агента входит и вопрос по визе, которым колледж не занимается. Буквально пару минут посмотрим, есть ли другие вопросы. В другом случае мы будем очень рады опубликовать информацию более подробную про Duke's Education. Если вам понравился семинар, то будем рады поговорить по поводу Rochester Independent College в следующие несколько недель. Также можем организовать семинар по поводу Earlscliff и по поводу наших летних программ. Спасибо вам большое еще раз за то, что присоединились к нам сегодня. Thank you very much again for joining the webinar today, and we will look forward to our future sessions about Duke's Education. It's been an absolute pleasure, and have a fantastic evening.